Hi, welcome to our new series, Berks Nature and You. My name is Kim Murphy and I'm president of Berks Nature, and I'm really excited to have with me today Fred Moreadith, who is the president of BAMBA, the Berks Area Mountain Biking Association. BAMBA is a really important partner of Berks Nature, and we have recently celebrated a fabulous International Mountain Biking Association bronze designation as an IMBA ride center here in Greater Reading. So Fred, welcome, and maybe you can start by telling me a little bit about what this IMBA ride designation means for Greater Reading.
Sure. Thanks for having us.
Sure.
And me. The IMBA Ride Center designation is an honor given to a city or a location that meets a certain set of standards set up by the International Mountain Bicycling Association. And those standards have to do with trail experience, with the type of trails that an area would have. Greater Reading has over 125 miles of single track trail. That's one of the criteria that we had to meet. Another one of the criteria is the relationships with land managers, such as yourself, which we obviously have a very good relationship with all of the local land managers. In addition, we receive points for any kinds of groups, advocacy groups that we are a member of. Berks Nature heads up the Greater Reading Trails Initiative. Obviously, you're the director of that group. BAMBA is a member of that. We receive points for that. It just shows to IMBA that we have established very good relationships with those land managers and with other outside groups. We also get points for our relationship with the Visitors Bureau, the local Visitors Bureau. And then last but not least, the experience that a visitor would have in terms of hotel accommodations, restaurants, craft beer bars, bike shops, etc. We applied for this application 2 years ago, and in August of 2015, they awarded us a bronze level. There are only 37 ride center designations in the entire world. Yeah. We're one of 17 bronze level, and it's a very prestigious award, and we're very grateful to have this done.
Yeah, we're so proud, and it's so exciting that Greater Reading has this designation.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, what can people from outside the area, or even people who are around here, expect in terms of their mountain biking experience when they come to Greater Reading?
Well, that's a very good question. And for people that are interested, the best explanation is to go to the website, the IMBA website, and in the search bar put Ride Center. They have a complete, comprehensive explanation of what the Ride Center designation entails. And it will give the reader or the interested person a lot more information than I could give in the scope of this interview. However, to answer your question, obviously, in getting this designation, we have to have some level of accommodations. We have very nice hotels in the area, really good restaurants, good craft beer bars, plenty of bike shops. That's taken care of. The trail experience, we have 5 different land preserves that a rider can choose based on their difficulty. Blue Marsh Lake, French Creek State Park, Antietam Lake, obviously the Neversink Mountain Preserve, and the Mount Penn Preserve. And they are all connected by the Schuylkill River Greenway Trail, which was just recently named the #1 urban rail trail in the country. So we also have that to go along with the designation. And there's all different levels of experience for any kind of rider, from beginners with families, intermediate riders, expert riders, and even professionals. As a sideline note, we do have the annual Duryea downhill race held the 1st of every May in Reading, which starts up at the Pagoda and ends in City Park, and it is the only urban downhill race in the country at the time. So they could certainly come that weekend and get a complete experience. But that's kind of an overview of what a rider could expect when they come to Berks County.
Yeah, I think people locally are kind of surprised. They take for granted the beautiful resources that we have. And of course, Neversink Mountain Preserve is Berks Nature's baby, but we enjoy a great relationship with the other land managers at the county and the city and their preserves as well. So tell me a little bit about BAMBA, the Berks Area Mountain Biking Association.
Sure. We have a real comprehensive explanation on our website, which is berksmountainbiking.org, or www.berksmountainbiking.org. But to briefly explain it, we started as an IMBA chapter back in December of 2012. So we just finished our third full year. We are a nonprofit. The main mission of BAMBA, or Berks Area Mountain Biking, is trail advocacy, establishing, which we obviously do, relationships with land managers and helping those land managers maintain and make sustainable the trail systems in Berks County. We have a trail crew that is comprised of volunteers. We have our own liability insurance. We carry all of our own equipment, and we support the land managers' crews in any effort that they need us to. So that's our main mission. The second part of our mission is educating and getting more people involved to experience the trails, which is the main reason why we applied for the Ember Ride Center status, just to educate people around the country that these trails and this experience is here. So those are our two main missions.
Yeah. Well, can you tell a little bit about how you developed a partnership with Berks Nature? I mean, we certainly
Sure.
value our relationship. Fred mentioned a little bit about trail advocacy and maintenance work. We manage over 27 miles of trails in the community, and BAMBA volunteers have been really critically important to helping keep our trails open, and we really appreciate that. It's not uncommon for me to get a text from Fred on a Saturday morning with pictures of trees that were down that they've taken care of and so forth, and so we're really grateful for that. But
Sure.
you know, how did we develop a partnership? It seems to me like it's almost been forever.
Yeah.
But
Well, if memory serves me correct, I think our relationship with all the land managers started out just out of need, because we wanted to make sure that they were aware that we were a responsible user group, that we weren't just using the trail systems, that we were willing to participate to help maintain and to keep things open. I think the real strong part of the relationship was developed when we approached you about our desire to apply for the Ride Center status, and you kind of resurrected the Greater Reading Trails Initiative to help us achieve that goal. So it was, it brought together all of the interested partners, including the Visitors Bureau, city parks, county parks, Berks Nature, obviously, along with a whole bunch of other people, to really try to push this application and this goal forward. So, it was kind of self-serving from our position, but the relationship with Berks Nature and every land manager was developed to take care of our part of helping with the trail maintenance, but also making sure that we had a voice of communication or a line of communication with land managers when issues might have come up or when initiatives were being presented that we could help take part in. So that was kind of our goal from the beginning.
yeah, and you keep referencing the Greater Reading Trails partnership, but that's been a really great opportunity for us to pull together all the folks who are responsible for various segments of trails and communicate about what the next trail priorities are. And so it's really helpful to have advocates like your organization to participate in that. What makes the trails in Greater Reading so special? What do you want people to know about the trails in our area?
Well, I think overall the experience for any level of mountain biker can be a good experience in Greater Reading because you have such a diverse mix of trail types. And what I mean by that is, for example, Blue Marsh Lake is a loop that goes around the man-made lake managed by U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Yes, there's some very difficult spots there, but there are also some spots that a family can go out and take their children and spend a few hours riding around on certain parts of the trails. And then you go, you can connect with the Schuylkill River Greenway. That's a flat rail trail. If somebody's just getting into cycling, they can start there and kind of ride back and forth. And then you have the other extreme all the way up to expert level mountain bike trails that are on the Mount Penn Preserve, Antietam Lake Preserve, and some on the Neversink Preserve, and definitely at French Creek and Blue Marsh. So all these trail systems have a wide variety of levels of mountain biking, and that's pretty unique. Not every area that you go to has such a diversity. And case in point, I mentioned the Duryea downhill race. We do have two local riders that were at one time, and one of them still is, ranked in the world. He's Nico Mullally, and his brother Logan Mullally trained on Mount Penn. That's where they got their experience. And Nico has since moved to North Carolina to do more year-round training. But my point is that we have trails that can achieve or help riders develop those skills.
Yeah.
I mean, that's extreme, but we just want people to know that they can come to Greater Reading and have whatever experience they want.
Well, and all those trails and the beautiful topography is all kind of interwoven around an urban setting as well, so
Correct.
that makes it very unique. I know that BAMBA also does a lot of education. Berks Nature is about connecting people with nature and the outdoors, and we have a summer camp, and this summer some of the BAMBA volunteers are going to help us do a bike safety and orientation for children so that we can perpetuate the next volunteers for BAMBA and Berks Nature. So, Fred, thank you very much for participating in the Berks Nature and You conversation today, and we look forward to hearing what BAMBA has next to offer.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
If you'd like to learn more about Berks Nature, please join us at www.berksnature.org.